This is my motherfucking you got the game fucked up face. Wherever you got that information, dog, you know it's wrong because frankly, last time we checked, the top of the list is the straight people. They're the ones highest on the list, and it's not even because they having sex with the same sex or going out there being bisexual. It's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They go in there, watch porn movies. Oh, this is okay. Yeah, it's okay when you're under a certain supervision and guidance, especially if you're doing that extreme shit. Now, based on that alone, that's why straight people are number one on the list for sexually transmitted diseases. Yes, gay boys do get HIV, but it's dropped a lot since we got the vaccination to help prevent for further HIV infections. And you know we're the most active in HIV prevention in the whole entire world. Again, we are saving the straight people. And the only reason why that statement that you made was so ignorant is because it's not that. It's because they're having sex. It's not even because they didn't have protection, even though that's a big part of it. It's because they don't know how to have sex. They're up there banging each other out, hurting each other because they don't know how to have sex. Basically, just like Lil Wayne said in videos before, they don't know how to love. They never did. They start young. They think they know what they're doing. They break the hymen. The woman gets a bacterial infection. Next thing you know, she has human papilloma. Then she breaks the little human papilloma node in her pussy. Next thing you know, she got HIV. Or the same thing for the dude. The dude, you putting the dick in the dude, you banging him out like as if you know what the fuck you're doing, and you're banging him out like he's a motherfucking blow up doll and shit. And that's how bitches get fucked up. You want to know why? First, you bruise yourself. You're like, oh, it's a natural thing, and you're right. Sometimes you have certain creams don't really do all that. You're like, oh, it says that, but for certain situations and certain dispositions in your life, you have to take that evasive step. You have to take invasive measures. You know, and people don't do that because they think, oh, it's so natural. It's so natural because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're having sex because I saw it on a porn video. I can do it too. Oh, they don't realize the porn video is only 15 minutes per session. They don't realize that shit. All they know is going on and on and on and on. And they just like, oh, I gotta do this, gotta do this. The dude's like, oh, do this for longer. Then they're on drugs. It is so much more than just being gay and sleeping with the same people. I mean, that just only states that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You had to go to this miscellaneous website that you can't even represent because you know the information's so faulty. Again, I just don't want to hear that. You know, you're blaming us. No, sweetie. We stay on top of our game. We are the number one because you bisexual hoes who thought you knew what you were doing with pussy. The same thing they got you put out there with pussy. Now you want to do it with booty and you think that's going to make anything better. If you did not know what the fuck you were doing, what makes you think you're going to figure out any other way? Number one, people don't understand that sex ain't meant to be 4 hours. People thinking, oh yeah, it's so good to be a little hoe, go around, fuck anytime. Oh, people fucking on their periods and dumb shit. That's how bacteria gets started. Oh, they think, oh, it's so good because I fucked on my period. All I have to do is just basically walk it through. Next thing you know, it's chlamydia. Then it's like, oh, I just basically walk it through, you know, take whatever Vagisil. They think, because they are stupid when they're having sex. They're stupid about sex. They're not knowledgeable as about sex because they're so taught, oh, not to have sex, not to have sex, not to have sex. And then the reasons why, it's because you didn't know what you were doing in the first place. Now, when people, they don't want to hear the truth when, oh, I'm sorry, you may not know how to have sex. You may not know what the fuck you're doing. You may not know what is good for you. You may not even, you just do whatever the fuck because you think that's what it is. And that's what the fuck, we have a bunch of people who think too much, don't know shit. Just like you, nigga. Okay, yeah. Bitch, I bet you be the one to make the video of like, oh, I fucked my bitch for 2 hours, and you wondering why you ended up with HIV. You burnt the bitch out. What the fuck? That's not what you're supposed to do. It's not supposed to be abused, just like drugs. You're not supposed to abuse drugs. You're not supposed to abuse the pussy. You're not supposed to abuse the booty hole. That's how that shit happens most of the time. Because basically they thought they knew something that they was not sure about in the first place because they're not a doctor, because they did not ask a doctor, because they never asked, because they thought they knew everything. So basically, again, I just want people to know that it's because they didn't know what they were doing in the first place. Either gay, straight, bisexual, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They was thinking like they was doing shit, and they were basically burning themselves out. Okay, fucking don't know what the fuck they're doing. Throwing the pussy, dick in the pussy, throwing the dick in the booty hole instead of taking the proper precautions, such as using the condom, using lubrication, and stuff like that. Because that's all internal damage that you may not be able to see. You may feel it, and you're like, oh, go away, because it's already done its business and progressed to something that you may need to get checked out. Again, people need to have an open relationship with their doctors so they can ask the questions that are necessary, so then they can get the appropriate answer. Now, the reason why your doctor don't tell you nothing because you're not saying anything. When you ask, you say, excuse me, how are the principles do most HIV get contracted? Of course, they say through sexual activity, but they ain't going to tell you. But if you add it in, is it because of rough sexual activity? I bet you they'll finish your motherfucking sentence. I bet you they'll tell you that's the main reason. Because, frankly, bitches think they're going thorough in this bitch, and you're fucking burning the whole country. So, frankly, straight people and their spit on gay people is basically killing their own selves. Because then they mad because their girlfriend got a gay friend. Then they mad because they motherfucker fucked their gay friend. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And they don't want the shit to come out. And then every time the bitch come back, the man is there with the dick. You know what I'm saying? And frankly, it's just abuse. I said this before. It's abuse. Get the information. Get tested. Use a condom. Yes, you have good points. And yeah, you may want to protect yourself because it's necessary, especially if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And, I mean, frankly, all I'm saying is that when people watch porn and they're not educated, most of the time they get the information to abuse each other instead of learning how to make love. And frankly, it takes time. It takes years. So basically, take your time. Take those years. Because frankly, like, some people don't have a clue what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know who they're talking to. They don't know, you know, and basically they don't know what the fuck they want. So much other shit. There's so many other shit beyond the gay, the straight, the everything. Everybody knows it's because you were stupid when you did it. You were stupid afterward, and now you got shit. So that's how HIV comes to people. Anyone, straight, gay, bisexual, even though straight people today, 2012, is the highest HIV climbing race ever. The black females and the straight community is the main HIV goers 2012. Y'all are basically talking about people who are already dead now that we're, you know, more smarter, more aware of the people that surround us. You know, because sometimes they're just faking because out of hatred, they want to hate. And if you let them hate, they're going to hate you. You know what I'm saying? So, all I got to say is that please try to get better information. Yeah, you may have it right because based on the fact that our group is smaller, smaller numbers make more sense, you know, to the mass group. You know, probably, 30%, and there was only like 10 people. That means 30% of it was 3 people, you know, who had HIV out of 10. And that's everyone out of the millions. And frankly, again, please do better research. Do better things in your life. If that's what... And 9 times out of 10, it's because of dislike of that. Because when certain people have those backgrounds, it changes the outlook of, you know, oh, first I was dating this bitch, and I liked her, and then I found out she had a gay friend, and then next thing you know, I didn't have a problem with you, still giving the pussy, and then she started looking at this to get the set, you know, and just basically how you go about the shit in the first place. That makes the shit usually turn negative. I'm just being real. Again, I'm not gonna say your shit is completely wrong, but on the judging that we no, we don't. We definitely stay on top of ourselves. We definitely make sure that, we take the proper precautions, because if you are a gay person, gay people do reach out, and if you don't, it's common sense. Like, if you're gonna fucking ass, you may just need to take that time out to not eat so you don't have shit, douche your ass, and be good as rain. Okay. Yeah, for those who, I mean, again, how is a straight people person going to tell me what I already know? It's impossible. So basically, it's straight people, the way they handle the pussy, and the bisexuals, the way they handle the booty hole and the pussy. It's the gay people because, frankly, they allow too much shit in their community. I'm like, yeah, bisexuality, again, happens to people, but again, I don't think it's more of a right of passage to be like something without choice. That's like not a choice. It's like you chose to do that, because you cannot decide. And frankly, I guess you feel that you don't have to, but at the same time, again, you're putting yourself in a whole nother world. Again, some other world shit. Because I'm like, you're the least likely to be liked out of all. Because you want both of them, then it's confusing, because basically you want to fuck with both people, and it's not right. So, basically, I agree with him, and then I don't, because frankly, when you put ignorance with information, it only makes the information ignorant, and the person telling you is stupider. And yes, I said stupider, but I could buy the word tomorrow, and it'll be a real word. So again, let's move forward.